But these are some of our products. Our smallest filter is FS3 at the current moment for 3,000 liters per hour, for instance, which is more than enough for a house, an apartment. It looks something like this. It's very compact. So how these filters operate. They're all different sizes, different capacities, 3,000 liters, 10,000 liters, 20,000, 40,000 liters, 60,000, up to 300,000 liters per hour. So they operate on the same principle, just the cartridge is bigger and the connections are bigger. So what happens is the water comes in here and goes around the filter cartridge. The filter cartridge for this filter, it looks like this. So this is a stainless steel microwire on a frame, metal frame. So the water moves around when it comes into the filter. The dirty water cannot penetrate through this 1 micron filter cartridge, and what the clean water can penetrate, then when it goes into the cartridge, it hits our biomagnetic structured water device, also anti-scale, and then it comes out. So this is how the cartridge looks. This is the smallest filter. We also have magnetic structured water devices, which you can call also water conditioner, aka water softener, anti-scale device. It's basically the same thing in different words. So this is, for instance, a 1-inch. This is how it looks. So it's a 1-inch up to 3,000 liters per hour. So this is the most compact system for home, maybe a small farm. Depends if you're using a pump. You can calculate by looking at how many liters per hour the pump pushes water. So, and based on that, you can pick the right model for what you need. So let me give a little briefing about our products. So fully metal, brass or stainless steel, the bigger models are stainless steel medical grade. Smaller models are brass. So they can be 0.5 micron. We can make, our standard is 1. Just for 0.5, remember that you'll need a good pump to push the water through the cartridge. We can do it 10, 15, 50, 100. We can customize the cartridge. Depends for what industry you're using it. For instance, you have like algae or some kind of river issue, then you need something that's like 50, 100 sometimes. So these are self-cleaning. You open the drain valve, flush out everything, the dirt. You don't have to change the cartridges. So this is magnetic water softening. This makes structured live water for any industry, for home, for your farm, for heat exchangers, for different industrial purposes. They are universal for everything. So this is something you put on once. We give a warranty of 10 years for the filter cartridge. It can last more as long as you, for instance, if you're getting groundwater, you're pushing ground over by the pump, and there's a lot of, let's say, sediment, that is maybe pebbles, rocks, and all of these things. Okay, so then you put a pre-filter before entry into our filter so you don't damage this ultra-fine microwire cartridge. So the operation of the filter, basically, I already explained. So apartments, houses, farms, industrial, commercial, swimming pools, industrial benefits, even for homes on the smaller scale filters, scale prevention, prevent the pipe corrosion, clogged pipes issues, the limescale buildup, remove limescale in old pipes because they will dissolve and they will come out of the system. So this improves the system efficiency, reduces your expense. For agriculture, they improve crop growing conditions, plant disease prevention. It increases the crop yield, improves the soil quality, create well-balanced soil, removes dissolved solids from water. So even dissolved metals, this filter will get rid of that color. It will not pass through the filter cartridge. So this is, for instance, a typical setup for a hot and cold line for the whole house filtration. So this will be, maybe you have a boiler and you only need one filter for the cold incoming water. You put it before the boiler. If you have incoming hot and cold, you put two separate filters on hot and cold. So at the entry point for all the water, so this is going to your kitchen, it's going to your washing machine, it will make your clothes softer, it will make, there will not be any more of that yellow limescale or stains around your sinks, shower heads. So over there, you can't see it here, but the drain valve is connected to the water dirty exit. So once in a while you come by, flush it down, and that's it. So any plumber or engineer can install this within maybe 20 minutes maximum. It's extremely simple. There's just an entry, an exit, and the drain valve to get rid of the water. This is another home setup. This is, for instance, a 2-inch filter for 40,000 liters per hour, medical stainless steel with an automatic flushing unit. So this is installed in a factory in Washington, USA. This is a setup of 10,000 liters per hour, enough for a big house or a swimming pool. So this is a pre-strainer filter. So it's a mesh pre-filter, about 200, 300 microns. So no big rocks or particles go through the system. This is the magnetic water structure, and this is the filter. So this is a complete all-in-one system that you can set it up and forget about all of your problems. But no matter for if it's a house, for a farm, for industrial, commercial purpose, whatever the case may be. This is, for instance, a 60 FS60. It's a 3-inch flank for 60,000 liters per hour, self-cleaning stainless steel with the magnetic anti-scale pipe, which is a 3-inch flange also. So all the models, they work on the same principle, but different sizes and for different usages. So they are basically universal. This is, for instance, 20,000 liters per hour, 2-inch connection with the magnetic structured water device. So you can forget about scale sediment, heavy water problems. These filters get rid of even E. coli and coliforms without UV in East Africa Borewell water. So they are made to last and they're made to give result. There's no buying any kind of maintenance or cartridges. This is not a plastic filter from China. This is different. Here's the FS10 setup again in a different place. So it makes live water and filters the water. This is how a usual pool setup is going to look and where our filter is placed. So it can be a lot of pools use different setups. If you're in a villa, you will probably not have such a long setup. So it can be many steps. It can be compromised to smaller steps. For instance, the main purpose of this filter here is to keep rejuvenating the water. If water is not moving, it becomes stagnant. And then you get algae. And then you get all kinds of bacteria in pools and even ponds. So the main thing you have to do is keep the water flowing. So as long as the water keeps flowing with the pump through our filter and magnetic structure, you'll have live water. It'll be always clean, and you'll never put smelly chlorine in there. You'll never need it. This is another FS20. This is the cartridge inside. So the cartridges are all different sizes, of course. The magnetic structure. So for industries, no more scale in pipes, no frequent repairs, no emergency situations, smooth operation, built to last. You never have to demolish it with those horizontal filters where you have to open them, clean them 3 times a day, put them back together. This is vertical. All the dirt just goes down, you flush it out, that's it. So in the animal sector, this is fantastic. We have amazing results on farms. So for animals and crops, when you give this kind of water, the structured water penetrates into the cells of crops, animals, humans much better. So it's much more, it's a much better absorption of real water. For instance, if you're using RO, whether it's for yourself or animals or crops, you're giving dead water. This is practically distilled water that you can buy in like a home improvement shop. You're not supposed to drink technical water. And distilled water is technical water. And RO makes something close to this, which loses any value in water. This is, for instance, a client in Egypt, how his crops changed in size from this kind of water. Look at that. That's from using just good water. This is his tomatoes he showed us. So hard water softener conditioner, remove suspended solids, clean reusable water, reduce your energy costs, because the only energy you consume here is if you put an automatic flushing. Or you can have the drain valve open about 15% and have it going to the entry point or giving it circulation so that you don't even have to put an automatic flushing. That is a case-on-case scenario. Another setup. So arsenic, if you have arsenic problems, it's extremely easy with our filters. So we have analysis reports that were done in California by specialists in the environment segment. They were shocked at the results about arsenic. So we don't need to worry about arsenic. This is different setups, some smaller scale. This is 3 filters at 3,000 liters per hour connected with UV. So this is more industrial water treatment up to 300,000 liters per hour. This is the FS300. It's a 6-inch flank. It's doing 300,000 liters per hour. These are 60,000 liters per hour for heat exchangers. So we can also provide massive solutions. We can customize. We've done up to 500, 600,000 liters per hour. So I hope this was informative. You probably have a lot of questions. Give me a call, what's up? I'll answer your questions. We've been around since about 2008. So we mostly came across many different types of cases. And probably the case you have, we have already a track record for it. Maybe we have already done it. Maybe we have already tested it. It depends. There's so many water issues. So this is my WhatsApp call, WhatsApp office, Nanofilter Solutions. You want to send me an email. Our website, nanofiltersolutions.com. So if you want the price list, brochure, give me